Hello Virgo, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Ooh, an Ace of Swords. Very enlightening energy, very certain, very clear. There is no doubt about something here. Let's put this into some context. Oh, partnership, perhaps? Let's see. Yeah, this. Interesting. You know, there is certainty here, but I don't think the certainty really is for me to know. I think this is for you to know, and for me to just read. Let's select the mystery card before we get too far into that. Now, this is just one card randomly from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And I'm just going to set it down here, put Mr. Ed right on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, okay? Because I want to see if that's going to tie everything together, maybe give us the confirmation that we need. Because like I said, there is some really honest truth happening. You are getting enlightened about something here. And I think it has something to do with this lover's energy, okay? Anyway, let's see. We have major, 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 major. A little bit of fire. Some water. We've got some air, and then we've got the earth down here, okay? This is very interesting. I think, honestly, what this is coming down to is you getting the answer that you need to make this choice that you need to make. So let's talk about these two. The Ace of Swords. You're somebody that needs confirmation, right? I think this is a big decision that you're going to be asked to make. I think in order for you to make that decision, you have to feel certain, without a doubt, right? If there's still a doubt in your mind, you're not making the decision yet. You need that certainty. You need absolute clarity. This is kind of a card that says take as long as you need to make sure you are absolutely certain about something. Okay. This almost feels like a romantic thing to me. Almost. Maybe not. We do have the lover's energy. Now, the lover's isn't always a romantic relationship. It doesn't always mean a marriage or a partnership or something like this. But it is a choice. It is a commitment to a particular path. One or the other, right? It has to be that way. I know you're probably thinking, well, why can't I have both? What is this choice where I have to pick one or the other? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I kind of feel, in a way, because look at this Two of Cups back here, this love, this connection, this devotion that we had, right? Is that what we're being asked to decide on? This bond that we had, this commitment, this devotion that we've experienced? This could be romantic. It could be professional, right? It could be a friend. It could be a particular path. It could be something spiritual. Whatever it was, it had this quality, had this devotion. It felt like the two of you were drinking from the same well, right? Drawing from the same spiritual source of love. But now, there's a choice that needs to be made. I think we're having this revelation, right? There's something that is enlightening your mind, that's giving you this absolute mind-blowing clarity, right? This full enlightenment, this aha moment, this intense light bulb above your head, giving you some new insight into this situation, okay? So on the surface level, yes, it could be that we are with this kind of new revelation, we are making a choice about this relationship that we're in. Is it real? Do we stay here? Is this true? This devotion, this love, this connection, bond? Right? Or has there been too much heartbreak already? Is there something we are unable to forgive? Here is the Three of Wands, Three of Swords. Oh, my goodness. I definitely think you were meant to see this reading right now, okay? Because I feel like we're kind of teetering on the fence about something. And I feel like this is a situation now, it does feel like a romance, a relationship, a partnership of some kind. This might, it doesn't have to be a love relationship, but it could very well be. And if it is, it might be the very first one that we've had on this channel. But it's not limited to that, okay? So if it's not resonating with you in terms of a romantic thing, it's a friendship, it's a family bond, it's a work thing. It's something that had this kind of love and devotion to it, though. And I think we're kind of on the fence about it now. I think there's been a lot of disappointment, heartbreak, sorrow, a lot of pain and suffering already in this situation. That now I think we're getting this revelation. It's dawning on us what we need to do, right? And it feels to me that despite this love and devotion, there's been a whole heck of a lot of heartbreak, that we might be choosing our own path, our own freedom, and moving into the unknown. I think there's a big change on the horizon for you. We see that with this moon card. Big changes right in front of you. The tarot is not going to tell you what to do. I think this is a snapshot of what is likely given the energy that's available to read right now. Okay? Doesn't mean this is the decision that you have to make or that you will guaranteed to make. But I think right now we're leaning toward moving into the unknown, for going our own way, right? Just starting a new path, starting something over, starting from scratch. Even though there was a lot of love there, I think there's been too much trouble, too much heartbreak. I think you're choosing to go this way, okay? This is unknown. This is scary. This is major arcana. This is a card that is frightening, right? We don't know what is in that future. So this makes it very easy for us to just say, well, I'm just going to stay where it's comfortable. Yeah, this maybe has a lot of pain and heartbreak in it, but at least it's familiar, especially with the Fool and the Moon card. It's a lot of unknown. It's a lot of starting over. It's a lot of uncertainty. But on the path of the serpent, this is kind of the difficult move, but feels like it is maybe for the best, right? We start with the Ten of Pentacles down here. And I'm trying not to put a spin on this that it has to be negative or it has to be this way or that, hey, you're better off without that person, That's not necessarily the case, all right? There is this choice that we would be confronted with, but I think it really is, are you ready to live authentically? Are you ready to be free? Are you ready to be unique and creative and individual? Whether you're in this relationship or not, we've got to ask ourselves, what do we want in our life? This is the Ten of Pentacles. This is your best life. This is the picture of your best life. I think we have to ask ourselves, that could be kind of what's going on right here on the path of the dove, is we have to ask ourselves if this love that we found is strong enough as part of our best life, part of us feeling like we're a whole, a complete life, right? A complete soul, a complete person, that we are a wealthy soul, a wealthy person, not just financially, right? But true wealth. we have to ask ourselves, and that could be what's going on here. This is us asking the question to ourselves, is this love worth the sorrow that necessarily comes with it? Anytime you have a Two of Cups, I feel like you've got a Three of Swords kind of somewhere around. Everybody generally in life. There's love and there's heartbreak. There's joy and there's sorrow. It's a necessary pair. But which one is stronger here? That's what we have to decide. We're willing to start over. We're ready to be creative and start from scratch. We're ready to embark on this new journey. It is kind of uncertain. There is change that needs to happen, right? We're on the brink of a really important change. I just don't know who's coming with us, right? Well, that depends on you. This is what you have to ask yourself, I think. And that's why right now I don't know, right? I feel like this is a difficult experience. I feel like the environment is sometimes good, sometimes bad. I feel like you're kind of torn. You're struggling with this decision. It feels almost like a test. But what is it a test of? Is it a test of your courage? Is it a test of your devotion? It feels like it's a very difficult situation to wrestle with. I feel like we go back and forth. We're right on the fence with this card, right? The Art or Temperance card. And the Art or Temperance card is also saying that it's time to understand which energies need to go into our best life. You're going to need love and devotion, but you're going to need a little bit of sorrow too. That's one ingredient in this magical brew. You're going to need a little bit of fear, a little bit of unknown, right? It keeps it exciting. We need a little bit of freedom. We need the originality. We need the kind of carefree energy, the fool energy. We need a little bit of fun. It can't be all just struggle and pain and sorrow and all that stuff. So all of these, I feel like, are ingredients in this magical soup that is our best life. And we're trying to figure out how much of each one do we need to make this Ten of Pentacles. Well, here we have a Three of Wands. And this is telling me that you're not going to compromise your beliefs. You're not going to compromise your principles, your morals, your ethics. You're not going to let anybody kind of violate your spiritual space, You're not going to forgive and forget if it is not warranted. No one's going to force you to do anything like that. So this is you really being a strong person, firm in your beliefs, firm in your will, firm in your spirit. So it's difficult to accept some of this energy. It's difficult for you to maybe forgive that there's been a lot of love and a lot of, maybe love and hate, right? Joy and sorrow here. And maybe it's difficult for you to forgive some of this Three of Swords stuff. The Three of Swords is a lot of the time about the memory of trauma, pain, heartbreak. So it could be that this relationship you're in now is kind of triggering some of this old stuff, right? But also that you're not able to let go of the pain and heartbreak, betrayal, whatever it is exactly, whatever you want to call it, that took place in this relationship. You're having a difficult time letting go of that stuff. And I think this is really all on this path of you trying to live your true life, trying to be authentic. This is the Prince of Cups. This is air and water. This is head and heart. This is who I feel I am inside and who I apparently am in the world, the way I act, the things I do, the things I put up with, the activities I get involved with, the relationships I have. Is there a split? Is there a disconnect between who you feel you are and who you can observe yourself being? This is the card that tries to live authentically. And I think at the end of the day, this is what you're after. And I don't know the answer to any of this. I don't know, there's no There's no resolution here. Maybe this mystery card can help us. Let's ask the horse. Thank you, Mr. Ed. I don't know, I feel like whatever card this is, unless it's a repeat maybe of something here, showing that one of these energies is has a little bit more weight for us. Maybe this is going to give us an idea of which direction we're leaning, right? Well, let's just take a look. Dang it. Temperance again. Temperance again. So this doesn't give us the recipe. This is reinforcing the need for you to write your own recipe here. We know the ingredients, but how much of each one is important to you? Right? How much do we want change? How much do we want something different? How much do we want to go into the mystery and the unknown again? We don't want a life that's too predictable. We want a life that has some freedom. We don't want to be tied down to anyone or anything or any place. We want freedom to create ourselves, to live authentically. But we want love and devotion. We want commitment, right? We want affection and beauty and joy and all this good stuff. We want commitment. We also want to be able to let go of our past issues and traumas and things that, we want to resolve this idea of these things that still kind of trigger us, the things that still, affect us from our past and from our present, So we know the ingredients, but we don't really know the recipe. We don't know the amounts, the weights, the quantities, right? And I think that I kind of have to apologize. This isn't much of a confirmation. This doesn't tell me as the reader which direction you're going to go. This just reinforces the need for us to figure out how many ingredients of what size, what quantity, how are they cut, how long does it cook for, all that kind of stuff, so that we can create this banquet, this beautiful meal, this best life. Okay. So yes, I know this wasn't an absolute confirmation, but I want to do one thing before we go, and that is to look at one of these affirmation cards. This is the language of flowers. And they always have a positive message, right? And maybe it'll be the message that you need in order to make all of this fall into place. The one secret ingredient, perhaps, to make this magic soup. Stalk, it says. Slow down. The pace must abate before it's too late. I like that it says stalk, right? We're talking about making soup. Isn't that funny? So, like making a good stock, chicken stock, vegetable stock, broth, the trick is low and slow, right? Slow down. And this is talking about a flour, I guess, called a stock. I don't know. I'm not much of a flour person. I mean, a little bit. But just like a food stock or a broth, it takes time, low and slow. You got to simmer everything. And maybe that is, again, like I said at the very beginning of the reading, take your time. Make sure that you have this absolute certainty before you make any decisions or any moves, right? Really let things simmer, let things marry, let things come together, let all the flavors work and react. Let everything get to know each other in the pot, as Emeril Lagasse used to say. I love that guy. So I hope this resonated with you. We're going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, click on the link either above or below in the description box. New readings come out every day, 6 a.m. Chicago time. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Okay? I want to thank you for being here. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.